The doctor's words hung in the sterile air. If you play again, you may never walk normally.
So this is it. A knee ruined before 19. Every dream crushed by a single joint. Then I'll walk with a limp forever. But first, one last game.
He had been playing since he could hold a ball. A phenom at 14. Now, at 19. The doctors told him it was over.
I don't care about walking. I care about the net swishing one more time. They can take my career, but they can't take this game.
The doctor warned of permanent damage. Hiroshi only heard the silence after the final buzzer he would never hear again.
Let the knee fail after. I'll leave everything on the floor.
Against all medical advice, he reported for one final season. The last game of his career.
If there's a god of basketball, watch me now.
He was 6 years old when he first picked up a basketball. That dusty court became his world. He played until the streetlights flickered on. By 14, his face was on the front page. Teen Phenom leads team to nationals. College scouts filled the stands. A professional career was all but certain. Then, at 17, a sickening crunch. 3 fractures in one knee. He rehabbed for a year. Came back. But the knee was a grenade with a short fuse. Now, at 19, the doctors delivered the final verdict. One more game, and he might lose the ability to walk. The child who dreamed of the NBA would never leap the same again, but he had one game left. One last time under the lights, and nothing, not even his own body, would take that away. In the locker room, before the final season began, the air was heavy with unspoken fear.
I am retiring after this season. The doctors say my knee won't hold up much longer. What? Hiroshi, you can't just quit. You are the best player we have.
Hiroshi, you've given everything to this team, but are you sure you are ready to walk away?
They look at me like I am already gone. Maybe I am.
He trained alone in the empty gym, each jump shooting fire through his leg.
Ignore the pain. It's just noise. One more game. One more.
But even his will couldn't silence the screaming joint. He collapsed, gasping, on the floor.
These trophies, they're just dust now. No one can carry this weight with me.
The decision was made. The path was his alone. He would walk it, on his own terms. The night before the final game, his grandmother came, bringing the scent of incense and old wood.
Sit. Hiroshi, let me tell you a legend from our shrine. Kami no Ipatsu, the divine moment. It is granted only once, in a player's final game.
She spoke of gods and blessings, her voice like water over stones.
It is a farewell gift, a last dance with the gods. I believe it is real.
Grandmother, I am not a child. There's no magic that can fix this.
She took his hand and pressed a talisman into it, a woven crimson knot, humming with a faint, ancient heat.
Keep this close to your heart. If the Kami see your pure spirit, they may answer.
Pure spirit. She doesn't know the anger I am holding.
He bowed and left her to her prayers. The talisman felt heavier than it should, burning against his chest. The gym roared like a living beast as the teams took the court. This was it, the regional finals. Across the court, Kenji was already putting on a show, his dunks shaking the backboard with contemptuous ease.
Is this the best you've got? I haven't even started my real workout. That was me once. Now I can barely jump without a knife twisting in my knee.
His warm-up shots fell short, his leg buckling at the last second, as if the joint wanted to give out. The point spread was brutal. No one, not even the hometown fans, expected his team to last past the first quarter.
Empty words from coach, empty charm from grandmother. The only thing real is this stabbing pain.
He touched the talisman under his jersey. It was cool, lifeless.
One last game, one last chance to prove I am more than a broken toy.
The referee's whistle cut through the noise. Time to drown in the wave from the tip-off. The gap was undeniable. Kenji sliced through the defense like a blade through paper. Hiroshi caught a pass on the wing, but his cut was slow, his jump labored. The ball clanked off the rim.
Every step is a reminder. The knee won't listen.
You are already done, old man. Just retire now.
By the end of the first quarter, the deficit was double digits. The crowd's hope had curdled into a nervous silence.
Hiroshi, we can still do this. Don't give up. He still believes, but he doesn't feel what I feel.
A defensive lapse, a steal, and Kenji was soaring again, the rim groaning under his power. Halftime. The scoreboard blazed the cruel numbers, 48 to 28. A 20-point chasm. He limped to the locker room, the weight of the talisman, the only thing heavier than his despair. The locker room was a tomb of silence, broken only by the drip of showers and Hiroshi's shaking breaths.
I am done. I can't move. I am just dragging you all down.
Number, you listen to me. You've fought through worse. This is just one half. You still have 20 minutes to leave your mark.
We didn't come here to watch you quit, Hiroshi. We'll carry you if we have to, but don't you dare give up.
Miles away, in the quiet shrine, his grandmother knelt, her prayer beads clicking like a clock counting down.
Kami of the court, if his heart is pure, if his will is true, grant him one divine moment.
The talisman on the altar began to glow, a faint, pulsing red, barely visible. Back in the locker room, Hiroshi stood. Something shifted behind his eyes.
This weight on my chest, it's not pain, it's heat.
He walked out of the locker room, his teammates following, not knowing if they were marching to a comeback or a burial. The second half began, and with the first step, heat exploded from his chest, racing through every vein.
The knife in my knee is gone, replaced by fire.
His eyes went white. A golden aura erupted, swallowing the court in its radiance. In a flash, he intercepted a pass at mid-court. The crowd gasped. He turned and launched from half-court, the ball spinning with a golden halo. The ball swished through the net, silent as a prayer. Then the arena erupted.
That's impossible. There's no way he can do that.
He's back. The legend is real.
Hiroshi didn't react. He just looked at his hands, still glowing, and felt the pull to do more.
I'll worry later. Right now, I am ending 20 years of pain in 20 minutes.
The next few minutes were a blur of gold and shock. Hiroshi seemed to be everywhere at once.
I see every opening, every gap, like the court is a chessboard, and I am 10 moves ahead.
He fired a no-look pass behind his back to Yuta, who drained the three. The deficit shrank to single digits.
What the hell, Hiroshi? How are you even seeing these passes?
Double him, triple him. Don't let him breathe.
But Hiroshi simply slipped through the traps, stealing Kenji's dribble with a snatch so fast, the crowd missed it. He pulled up from the logo, the ball arcing impossibly high, and swished. The building shook. His teammates fed off the energy, diving for loose balls, contesting every shot.
This isn't happening. He's not human. What did they give him?
By the end of the third quarter, the score was 62 to 60. A 2-point game. 20 minutes earlier, it had been a funeral. As the fourth quarter began, Hiroshi felt a new pain, deep in his chest, as if the power was burning him from the inside.
What is this? The fire is turning inward.
He stumbled on a cut, clutching his knee. The golden aura flickered like a dying star.
The talisman, it's scorching. This isn't a gift, it's a trade.
His knee screamed through the divine haze. The old injury roared back to life.
I could stop, preserve what's left, walk away with a life.
But the score was tied, and every teammate's face was a mirror of the hope he'd given them.
Number, I didn't come this far to save my body. I came to save this game.
He straightened, forcing the golden fire to obey, burying the pain beneath a will that refused to break.
One last quarter. Then you can have whatever's left of me.
Kenji answered with fury, his jumper falling like a hammer, slicing the lead to 1.
You think borrowed light will save you? I'll break your spirit myself.
Every heartbeat is a countdown. The fire is eating my bones. Hiroshi, Look at me. You are not alone. We're finishing this together. He's right. I dragged them here. I won't let them drown.
But his body betrayed him again. The divine glow sputtering as he doubled over in pain.
Get up. You promised 20 minutes. I am holding you to it.
Kenji barreled down the lane, absorbing contact, scoring while drawing the foul. The lead vanished.
This is the price. Acceptance is the only weapon left.
The clock ticked under 2 minutes. The game hung on a razor's edge, and Hiroshi's body was failing. The scoreboard flickered. 70 to 70. 1:30 left. The arena held its breath.
This is it. Every dream I ever had. Make it count.
He rose from behind the arc, the defender's hand in his face. The ball left his fingertips with a golden halo, a swish, clean as a blade. 73 to 70. The building erupted.
I did it, but my chest, it's tearing apart.
He stumbled, nearly collapsing, the talisman burning like a brand through his jersey.
He's done. He's literally falling apart. We can still crush them.
His teammates rushed toward him, but he waved them off, gasping. Stay in the game. On the shrine, the talisman glowed so hot it scorched the wooden altar. His grandmother's hands trembled. 75 seconds remained. A 3-point lead. And a body that could shatter any moment.
Enough of this magic show. I'll end it myself.
Kenji exploded into the lane, a blur of rage and muscle. The ball kissed glass and fell. 73 to 72. He slapped the floor on defense, screaming at his team. One stop, and it's ours. Hiroshi, barely upright, fought through a double screen. His hand, a golden blur, poked the ball free. The ball rolled to Yuta, who immediately signaled timeout. The game stopped with 12 seconds on the clock.
This is it, your last play. Everything we've ever practiced. Just 12 seconds of perfection. Hiroshi, you are the decoy. Yuta, you get the ball. But if they double Yuta, Hiroshi, you take the shot.
Decoy or hero, doesn't matter. Just one more time.
The team broke the huddle and walked onto the court, the weight of a season pressing on their shoulders. 12 seconds. The ball in Yuta's hands. Hiroshi's body a breaking vessel. The final possession. Yuta inbounded the ball to Hiroshi, who caught it with a gasp, the golden aura sputtering, but still alive.
5 seconds. Enough.
He drove left, then cross-stepped right, leaving Kenji grasping air. The lane opened. With a last burst of divine fire, he rose, floating toward the rim. Time seemed to freeze. The ball left his fingertips, a gentle arc over the outstretched arms. The buzzer howled, and then silence. The ball kissed the glass and dropped through the net, but Hiroshi never landed. He collapsed midair, crumbling to the floor, as the golden light snuffed out.
Number, that's impossible.
Teammates rushed to him, but he lay still, eyes closed, the talisman a cold, dark knot on his chest. The scoreboard flickered, 75 to 73. Victory. But the victor did not move. Yuta dropped to his knees, shaking Hiroshi by the shoulders, his voice cracking.
Wake up! You did it. We won. Hiroshi.
At the shrine, the talisman crumbled into cold ash. Grandmother clasped her hands, tears streaming.
He received it. The Kami's farewell, my brave grandson.
Paramedics rushed the court, lifting his limp body onto a stretcher. The arena was silent.
Don't you dare leave us. You promised 20 minutes. You gave us a lifetime.
The crowd, which had roared moments before, now stood with hands over mouths, some weeping. The ambulance doors closed, red lights cutting through the rain, carrying away the boy who had touched divinity. In the shrine, grandmother whispered a prayer, her voice steady despite the tears.
The Kami only grant this once. You spent it well, Hiroshi. Rest now.
Hiroshi opened his eyes to pale sunlight and the sterile scent of a hospital room.
So I am still breathing. The fire is gone. just a dull ache now.
The doctor stood by his bed, clipboard in hand, his expression unreadable. The knee has deteriorated. You'll need a brace the rest of your life, but you'll walk.
Walk. That's more than I gave myself. I gave everything else.
Yuta and Coach Tanaka arrived later, their faces a mixture of relief and grief.
Coach, Yuta, I am done. The doctors have confirmed it. I am retiring today.
You've given this team more than any trophy. You gave us heart. Thank you, Hiroshi.
We won because of you, but I wish you could keep playing with us.
Hiroshi looked out the window at the sky beyond, feeling lighter than he had in years. The retirement was official. His last game was a legend. A week later, Hiroshi stood before a crowd of cameras, a brace visible beneath his slacks.
I am officially retiring from basketball. My knee can't take another season, but I have no regrets. I want to thank my coach, my teammates, and my grandmother. She gave me the faith to believe in miracles.
He spoke of the divine moment without naming it, thanking the gods for one last game.
I am going to study sports pedagogy. I'll still be part of the game, just from the sidelines.
After the conference, he returned to the shrine, the championship jersey folded in his hands.
This belongs to the kami now. Take it as an offering of gratitude.
They accepted your sacrifice. This talisman may be ash, but your spirit will be remembered here forever.
She placed the jersey beside the broken talisman, a shrine to a miracle. Hiroshi knelt in silence, finally at peace. His playing days were over, but the legend had just begun. Years passed. Hiroshi became a coach, his limp a quiet reminder, his eyes always watching for the same fire in others. One afternoon, he saw a teenager sitting alone on the bench, a heavy brace on his knee.
Mind if I sit?
Go ahead. Not like I'm going anywhere.
An X-ray film on the bench told the story. A shattered knee and a future in doubt.
This kid, he's me. The same fear, the same stubborn silence. I know that look. I wore it myself, right before the best game of my life.
Your best game, but your knee.
Let me tell you a story you won't believe. About a divine moment, and a choice that changes everything.
Takeshi listened, and for the first time in weeks, he forgot the pain. The sun lowered as Hiroshi described the talisman, the white-hot glow, and the sacrifice the kami demanded.
I was skeptical, like you, but when I needed it most, the kami answered. They might answer you too.
Why would they listen to me? I am nobody.
Because you have a will that refuses to break, and they gave me a legend to pass on.
He picked up the basketball from the bench and placed it in Takeshi's hands.
This ball has seen miracles. One more won't hurt.
Takeshi stared at the worn leather, and something inside him stirred, a tiny ember of hope.
Could it be real? Could I actually play again, even for just one game, if I try? Will they really grant me that power?
You'll never know until you stand on that court and offer everything. That's the only condition.
The gym was smaller, the lights dimmer, but Takeshi felt the same crushing weight as he stepped onto the court for his final game.
The talisman under the jersey. It's getting warm. Just like he said.
With every dribble, heat surged. Then, as he crossed half court, his vision turned to white-hot gold. His knee no longer screamed. Every cut was a flash of lightning. He saw everything. The game tied. Seconds left. He caught the inbound, rose, and released a prayer. The ball kissed the glass and fell through as the buzzer screamed. But Takeshi didn't land. He crumpled to the floor, golden aura snuffing out like a candle.
So this is the price. Worth it. Worth every step.
Teammates swarmed him, their cheers mixing with panic. The scoreboard glowed. Victory. But the victor lay still, somewhere. An old coach with a limp watched on a phone screen, tears cutting through his smile. Years later, Takeshi became a coach, his limp a mirror of his mentors. Hiroshi watched from the stands, eyes glistening.
He did it. The legend is alive.
In the family shrine, The white and gold jersey still hung, but beside it now rested a new one. Takeshi's, the kanji for God, still glowed faintly, its threads woven with sacrifice.
2 lives, 1 gift. The kami keep their promises.
He knelt one final time, the ash of the old talisman still visible beneath the frames. Then he rose and walked out into the sun. His shadow long, but his spirit weightless somewhere. A child picked up a basketball, dreaming of impossible moments. The ball bounced, the net swished, and somewhere, the kami smiled. The legend had no end, only new beginnings. An old man sat in the quiet shrine, alone with his memories. He brushed his fingers across the folded jersey. The golden kanji still bright, a single incense stick burned, its smoke curling upward like a prayer. Then he rose, cane in hand, and stepped into the dawn light on an empty court. A basketball rolled to a stop beneath the hoop, and for a moment, the echo of a child's laughter danced on the wind. The sun broke over the rim, painting the world in gold. The camphor trees around the shrine rustled as if the kami themselves were breathing. Inside the shrine, the jersey still glowed, a quiet testament to a promise kept. And so the kami no Ipatsu lived on, not in the lightning, but in the will to rise one last time.